eyes when they discover something new. They have they see science as something that's quite magical. So we're going to start off with a little trick. Now you've got a lot of paperwork there, so maybe one or two of you could try this. So, you're going to try it. Excellent. Now, I'm going to give you this tray here.
Thank you.
And what I'm going to ask you to do is put your safety glasses on. And this chemical here is a naughty or nice chemical. And what it does is it'll tell me if you've been naughty or nice. Now it's going to change colour when you pour it into the cup. What colour do you think it's going to be if you've been naughty? What colour do you think it would turn?
Red.
Yes, red, traffic light system. And if you've been good, what colour do you think it's going to turn?
Green.
It's going to turn green. Okay, right, can I ask you if you've been naughty or nice?
I don't know. I like to
Oh,
think
right, well,
nice.
let's see.
But I've been judging startups all day,
Let's
so I'm not
see.
sure.
Oh, okay. So, you have been a bit naughty there, haven't you? I think we need to try somebody else out. Okay, one more. Would you like to try one? There you go. Okay, lovely. So I need to watch out for you next. Right.
Just Snapchat at the same time. Do you mind?
Yeah.
You mind? Yeah.
Oh, you have been
Nice.
nice.
Yeah.
So,
Just your
what I say to my children is, it's like a magic trick. But do magicians want you to know how their tricks work?
No.
No. And I'll try and explain it. There was a colour change. One went red, one went green. Why might that happen? What do you think, David? Why might that happen?
I'm not a scientist, I have no idea.
I know, but you know what? We've all got to think like scientists.
Chemical reaction.
There could be a chemical reaction, yeah. Now this is actually an indicator, and it's made out of red cabbage juice. And what it does is it changes colour in the presence of different chemicals. This was actually vinegar and acid, so it turns red. This one here was something that's called an alkali, which is an opposite of an acid, and it turns green. And the children have great fun making this indicator by crushing up the leaves, filtering it, and using it to test household chemicals if they've got acids or alkalis. So we say to our children, science is a lot like magic, but do you know what? Being a scientist, you've got to try and explain how things work. Now, I am actually a science teacher. I've been working for 12 years in schools in Scotland and in Dubai. Entertainment. It was fun, engaging, but the big thing, educational as well. So I actually set out last summer, during my 2-month summer holidays from school, to come up with and design my first party type, which I called the Crazy Chemical Chaos Party. Now at our parties, the children dress up in professor lab coats, personalised professor name badges with safety glasses. They come in, so it's a bit of role play, so they really get into the feel of things. They come in, they watch an interactive show full of wow experiments, and again trying to encourage them to explain what's happening, why is this happening. They don't have to be the best scientists, they've just got to observe and try and explain things. And then they sit down at tables and chairs that we provide with little kits like these, and they do their own hands-on experiments. They can make lava lamps, slime, wacky worms, and this discovery-based learning is fantastic for the children. Now, we'll just do one of these. Who would like to make a wacky worm?
I think it's David.
David, this is going to be right
David,
up
we're
your
gonna
street,
be
David.
Our crazy.
Right.
Okay, so, and it's very easy, so I'll push this in here. Now what you're going to do, the first job, now careful pouring. Can I have 200 mils of the worm developer into that beaker, please?
200 mil, right.
200 mils, that's it, so careful pouring.
Nicely done.
Well done, good pouring, good measuring. Now next, we're going to make a wiggly worm. Now you'll notice this is a liquid, okay? But what you're going to do is you're going to unscrew the top, and in a circular motion you're just going to pour it, even about half the bottle, into this worm developer. Okay, so that's your next job. And it's better to just take the top lid off, because then you get a nice smooth. That's it. You've got it. keep it going, keep it going. Keep squeezing, squeeze, squeeze. Keep it going. That's it. Squeeze it in a continuous motion so we'll get a big, that's it. Okay, right.
Enough.
Yeah, that's fine. Maybe I'll just squeeze a little bit in there as well. Okay, now, all my materials are safe and non-toxic, using most times household chemicals. Now, here's a bit I want you to get your finger in, and I want you to pull out your wacky worm. Okay, so just put your finger into the beaker. That's it, now pull out. Oh, you've not got worms, you've got slugs in there. Come on, let's get your fingers in. Let's see the big worms that you've got. Wow.
I'm glad I volunteered you, David.
Do you know? Do you
That's
know
why kids
that
love it.
when you mix these substances, there's a reaction, and what happens is a polymer is formed, and a polymer is a big chain of particles that stick
Don't move,
together.
David. Okay.
So there's a lot of science there, and do you know what? It's all safe,
Yeah.
non-toxic. That's actually a seaweed derivative that we use.
This is good for
Right.
girls
Okay,
in
thanks.
STEM.
Grand finale is the Coca Mentos, which is, look at their faces, is fantastic. But then that goes quite high, but we do an aquapod launch, and that bottle can go up to 100 feet. So we've actually lost bottles on roofs and things, which the children find fascinating. Now, I only do this through word of mouth. I'm actually working as a teacher, so it's very much part-time basis. But I quickly started to get repeat bookings. So I decided if I'm going to be doing siblings and repeat bookings, I'm going to need to come up with some new themes to grow my business. So I actually started developing this next party type called the Physics Flying Fun, with completely different experiments, but equally as interesting and exciting. Recently, we have secured the Change Initiative as a venue for holding parties. We're doing our first one this weekend, it's a busy weekend this week. We're doing our first one there, and we've got 7 more in the diary. As it gets hotter, people, you know, it's too hot to be in the garden, they don't like to have maybe all the whole class in their house. So this offers another alternative, and they provide the catering as well, which is fantastic for us busy mums, gives us an easy life. Now, let's have a look at the income and expenditure. So, we're doing 42 parties. The gross profit has been almost 79,000. Now, this is made up of not just the party package cost, but we charge 50 dirhams for each additional child. We also charge 250 dirhams for an additional activity, and we do party bags that are 30 dirhams. Now, things like party bags, at the start there wasn't a big uptake because I wasn't marketing it properly. But this weekend we've got 3 parties that are taking party bags, and one party's got 27 children. So the profit is increasing. Now, expenditure, I spent about 12,000 dirhams on my kit. Most of the materials I need are quite inexpensive really. So I'm quite pleased I've been able to set it up for that. I haven't actually advertised as such, but I have got my logo designed, I've got a Facebook site, I've played a little bit with doing Facebook adverts, but I'm still, to be honest, not 100% sure about that. So I've spent about 5,000 in total, maybe getting some flyers printed and my banner and things. The party cost, I've kept the consumables separate. So the party cost here, 28,000, includes the consumables, it includes the party bag items, and it also includes the labour. Bringing this out to a net profit of about 44,000 dirhams, which is 43% of the gross profit, and actually that's quite good considering I've paid off all my kit and doing it as a part-time entity. I do have 15 more parties from now until the end of June, so I estimated that the gross profit, the net profit would be 52,000 dirhams.
Does that include the other assistants you're working?
They've all been paid with this. Now remember, as I was going to talk about just now, the sweat equity that's gone into this has been huge. It's been me doing the parties.
So that 44,000 includes your...
That includes my
assistants.
assistants, yeah.
How much you pay your assistants?
My assistants get paid 250 for a party, which I pay quite high because I think value your staff, you'll have them with you. Obviously next year, having more science teachers running them, they're paid 500 dirhams. Again, a high amount, but I think it's a price that you have to pay to deliver good quality parties. moving on. So getting to the future now. What could this 100,000 do for me? The 50,000 dirhams in advertising would absolutely promote my business, really help people say, yeah, I know rocket science. That would be fantastic to increase my party booking numbers. I would like to spend 10,000 dirhams designing a website, which is an information source for all my parties, that has an online booking form, party invite templates to download, and a place to review our parties. So everything is held in one place. That would save me a lot of time, because at the moment I'm emailing inquiries, I'm on Facebook, I'm on WhatsApp, and it can be quite a challenge and it's very time consuming. Whereas if you direct people to your website, then everything is there for them.
Centralized.
And payment?
And payment, well, I've looked into that, but that's going to be about 20,000 to set something like that up. And at the moment, I think that it's not going to be in my budget, but it's something that I would like to look at. Yeah.
You have some companies that don't take deposit.
They don't take.
A deposit.
Well, that's another thing. If you take a deposit at the moment, that means that some way.
No, some of them don't
Yeah,
have a deposit, so
Yeah.
it's just a percentage.
it's a percentage.
Yeah.
The payment.
It's expensive to set a website like that up. So I've looked into it. So there's 20,000 as a quote.
It just depends on ultimately how big you think you're gonna get.
Mhm.
If you wanna stay small and you wanna service, say, 100 to 200 parties a year,
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
But if you think you're gonna go bigger
Mhm.
and servicing all the Emirates and to
Yeah.
eventually have a team of 10 different teachers and 50 different assistants, right? So
Mhm.
it's better to take the hit now than take
Yeah.
the hit later. But it just depends on how big you wanna scale, which I think we'll get to, right?
And you can have e-commerce on the site by selling science toolkits.
Mhm. Yeah.
Later on, like you said, a small thing like to entertain the family. you do
Yeah.
it.
I've written that into my plan. This is a new thing for after the summer. I'm going to ask me for them. A lab coat, safety glasses, and an activity book. That's got, where you can scan a barcode and it goes to a video to show how to do it.
Yeah.
And also it's activities
code.
that are not things you can't get. Because a lot of the time
You can buy
children
it yourself. Yeah.
they get a book and they cannot find these materials. Whereas red cabbage indicator, everything can, mostly be found. 24,000 for the license and full liability insurance. But I'd like to spend about 16,000 dirhams on kits because I'd like to come back after the summer and launch 3 new party types to broaden my target audience. The Dino Dig, my sons have all had dinosaur parties, and all young children love dinosaurs, but what about coming into a dino site, doing a dig, an excavation, they can watch volcanic eruptions or do them themselves, so I think that would work with young children.
No, they both would. I did both of these types of things when I was little. I was obsessed with archaeology,
Yeah.
and we did the volcano experiment with the baking.
I've already written this, I run this as a transition activity. When year 6 come up into year 7, they don't know the science teacher, so we get photographs of all the science teachers and we say, who's the coffee thief and his big story, and they have to test for fingerprints, they can do blood analysis, microscopes with hair, fibres. But with this, I think you could personalise it, so who killed the principal and have the principal's name, or who killed, maybe it's an opponent on a different football team. Or
Maybe not who killed, maybe it's like who kidnapped.
The kids love it, they love it.
Okay.
And then lastly, I would like to do a space party out of this world. So I think that would have quite a broad audience. Because with the crazy chemical chaos, our parents say, is it okay for a 4-year-old, a 6-year-old, an 8-year-old? And my response to that is, we tailor it to be suitable, so we adapt the party.
And did you speak with Little Explorers?
Little Explorers? No.
Because they don't do exactly, but in Paris,
Yeah.
they bring a concept from Paris,
Uh-huh.
and in Paris they do this kind of parties.
Yeah. Income. Now, my business is going to be majority at the weekend, and preparing kits during the week. But I'm not going to be working now as a science teacher. I need to keep myself going, and education is at my heart as well. Something I believe passionately in. Recently, I've done 2 brownie groups where they this was making indicators and testing for acids and alkalis using this. So they made the red cabbage. And they got their science investigators badge. And since then I've had phone calls for doing activities for guides, and I never went to any other schools because I thought, I've got to get everything up and running before the next term, and then I go out to other schools and get more extracurricular activities going on there. But we've got year 1 to 3 is the Little Einsteins, and 4 to 6 is Exploring Scientists. And they do the same it's the same theme, but each one is doing an experiment that's suitable for their age range. So
Why did you enter this competition?
why did I enter this competition? Because, wow, a fantastic opportunity so far. What has it given me even if I don't win the prize? It's given me exposure.
Visibility.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've had more party bookings. So, I mean, the last few weeks has been great. We've got 4 parties this weekend, 5 parties next weekend. All these parties, taking party bags. So, in a short space of time, it shows that when people know about you, then
It generates business.
it generates
Period.
business.
What do you hope to get out of this?
Well, already what have I got out of it is I have really analysed every detail of the business. Now, obviously, if you look at the plan, you may see, just, maybe not thought of this. It's a learning experience. I am learning every day, and by sitting down and working out every minute detail, I think it helps you have a better focus and a better direction. And I didn't want to go on and plan for year 2 and year 3 because as a scientist, I want to use the information that I've got to plan for next year. And then within that 6 months of that year, then you can take what you've learned and again model that.
Iterate the
as-
business model.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And part of you, if you win, you have a part of the money that should go into legal advice, because I can see in terms of insurance responsibility,
Yeah.
I see you cover a part saying you're gonna tell your staff they are responsible, but at the end of the day, you are the one with the license, you are the one
That's
responsible
right,
if anything happens. And in Dubai, it can go very quickly to something bad
Yeah.
if anything happens to, God forbid, but like
Yeah.
to the children.
Mm-hmm.
So I would suggest to have a deep,
Mm-hmm.
like a very strong disclaimer that you ask all the parents to sign.
Yeah.
Template contract.
Well,
Yes.
I thought when the website is designed, that would be a perfect time then to
No,
consult
you need to
somebody
get it signed. You just
On
get a
spot,
contract
Right.
every time they,
I think you
yeah.
asked to sign something when, I remember when I went to the party, I had to sign something, right? No?
Maybe the parents did it.
Yeah, I think the parents did it. Because when I come to the party, I remember the mother gave me something to sign.
Yeah.
So basically, what you're saying is that you need to see a lawyer and you need to get an airtight
Yeah, everything.
thing, basically taking all the onus off you
Yeah.
and having them assume full liability for anything as simple as somebody's allergic to cabbage.
Yeah.
You don't even know what kind of hot water you could get into if there was like a lawsuit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that's
Because
just
you
a
don't
one shot.
explain before
Mhm.
what's inside.
Mm-hmm.
So if anything is, and you see how many allergies, with the school.
Yeah.
Or some kid slips.
Yeah.
Or like he has some weird allergy to like the frame in the glass. Like you don't know. You
Yeah.
never know. So just like get basically one
Mm-hmm.
ironclad,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not liable
Yeah.
contract
Yeah, that
set
makes
up,
sense.
right?
Yeah.
And
Been for 12 years, and I have 120 kids in my classroom every day, Sundays. And if you maintain good health and safety standards,
Yeah.
I mean, take that point on board. I am definitely going to
Yeah.
go down that line. However, if you have good knowledge about the working of things,
Yeah.
then
But
you
the thing, it's a party. Okay, it's not a school environment
Yeah.
where people follow your rules. No
And
one
you never
listens to
know.
you when you
Yeah.
are doing a birthday party. It's okay now
Mm.
because you are targeting the
Mm.
people that are coming to your school. They
Yeah.
respect you.
Yeah.
The moment you will start entering into the entertaining aspect, you have people that don't behave.
Yeah, I have to say that when children are really enjoying themselves and engaged, you find, and when you win them over through your
No, I'm not
presentation,
talking about the
you-
kids.
you fight-
I'm
you-
talking about the parents.
Oh, the
You know,
parents.
someone touching something. The thing is,
I-
you don't control the environment.
Yeah, I
You
have
don't,
to say.
you don't control, for
It's just
example,
better ultimately to protect
Yeah.
yourself than
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Period.
I have to say advice on party bag items. I make my own kits up, so I I've got my own branded stuff, and I attach pH paper to it, so they can actually do an experiment with a pH paper. Because I found I sell them at 30, it costs about 15 dirhams, but wow, to get it at 15 dirhams. I buy Insta Snow in bulk and I put it into my own test tubes, and put information on how to use it, because it's quite difficult. How do you import? Does anybody have any advice about that? How do you import sort of in bulk, party bag items?
I mean,
And related to your activity, you need to find something that is.
Because I'm finding I've been searching.
Actually, I'm doing.
I need to
the-
investigate that actually.
For a different body bag.
You know the museum in London? I'm thinking I went to London with my kids and we went to all the museums to do all the things, and you have the retail store where you can buy a lot of things for science. And you have some of the things that are quite inexpensive.
Yeah.
I
I mean, at the moment I buy in Amazon when I'm home in the UK, and I bring home a couple of suitcases and stuff.
So what is in a typical party bag, so that we have an idea? So you're saying you make the little, I know the normal kids party bag, but this, so you have the test tube experiment.
So there is a glow stick, there's the pH indicator test paper, there is Insta Snow, so that's actually in the show, the sodium polyacrylate, so we talk about that, so that's something that we talk about, and then that's in the bag. There is usually a glider, what else is in there?
And also your party bags are not expensive enough.
Yeah.
This one is the one, okay, 30 dirham, it's like average people would pay. But here, in certain culture, you pay 100 to 150 for the things you put in the party bag. 200 even. So I think you need to have more options.
Yeah.
And even for the party, you sell the material and whatever, it takes time. I would give more options. I can have the same package, but then VIP package. I don't know how you want to market it, but like with a little bit more things to do, a little bit more time.
Yeah.
And just explain them, like you have different way, you can make it wow, or you can make it normal. And
I think I've talked my heart and soul. As you can see, I'm passionate about what I do. And I just want you to know that this is obviously a starting point, and obviously there's still a long way to.
No, it's really good to meet you, and it's
Thank
very
you.
nice to learn about your
And,
business. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll take your